Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a fantastic day. So this video is gonna be a bit of a personal one because it's kind of an update on my own life, and this is something that I don't want to say like I'm going through it, but I kind of am going through it because it's surrounding this decision that I made a couple months ago and that is coming into fruition right now, and it kind of just is what it is. But I don't know, let me just dive into it. So I was gonna make this video kind of like cinematic and stuff with like, you know, B-roll footage of me walking around my town, but I dropped the ball with that. I put it off and I just never really focused on it. So this is just gonna be a talking head video, but it's okay, it's fine. What's more important is the message, in my opinion, and I don't wanna lose sight of that. So enough of the fluff. I'm moving out. I'm leaving this apartment, and it doesn't feel like it was super long ago when I made the video announcing my move into this apartment and how like proud I was and how like novel the experience was and everything, and it was really cool, and I've honestly loved living here. I've had no qualms with anything. Being on my own, I don't have roommates, has been very peaceful, and I've really enjoyed my solitude here, just the life that I've built for myself where I'm not super far away from work. I can commute as needed, even though I spent a lot of time working remotely. Life has been pretty good. So the question you might be wondering is, well, why am I moving out? My initial justification for pulling the trigger onto moving out into my own apartment was that I was thinking to myself, all right, you know, I'm gonna start a side hustle, and once I'm making more than 1K per month from said side hustle, then that would offset a good chunk of the rent and blah blah blah, and we're chilling. While that would have been true if I put some more intention into a side hustle, that hasn't come into fruition yet. And something else that I've realized is that when you're starting any kind of a business, whether it's a side hustle or it's your only source of income, you're gonna have to reinvest into that business. So I'm not gonna be able to pocket those kinds of profits like I wanted to. So yeah, I haven't made enough money to offset my rent or anything. And since I've been moved out, I've been living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, the cost of living is going up, but at the same time, I take full responsibility for just the way I've been living. Even though I know how to cook, I took advice from certain online influencers like Alex Hormozi, who constantly talks about how his opinion is it's better to just order food if you're trying to save time to be productive towards your business, which I ended up embracing that, but I wasn't necessarily being productive on a business. I was just ordering takeout all the time because I liked it, and I was coping by being like, oh, I'm saving time to do blah, but I was just being fucking lazy. So it is what it is. So ordering takeout all the time is definitely an expensive thing, and it's a habit that isn't really good unless you genuinely are doing what Alex Hormozi says. Then I would agree with him. But the thing is, I'm fucking not. So it's just like I'm throwing money away, and especially where like I think it's important to really know what you're eating and trying to eat healthy. Just the no bullshit answer is cooking is gonna be the best way to, you know, get healthy and start to get your body into good shape. Just, you know, meal prep, all that good stuff. You know, I'm not a health expert. It's just basic advice you'll get anywhere else online. Where am I moving to? Well, I'm returning to my folks' house, which isn't even far away from here, but the difference is I'm taking over their basement. I feel like it's not entirely uncommon for guys to have a living in your mom's basement era, but that's basically what this is gonna become. My reason for that, aside from the reason I was talking about, it kind of hit me that, you know, time's going by very quickly, and it will not stop going by quickly, especially as I'm getting older. And yeah, there's like a lot of different things that I've thought about doing, and even now as I'm recording this, like there's like so many wheels churning in my head, and it's kind of hard to pick one thing to dedicate myself to. But the overarching thing that I know I want to do is escape the 9-to-5 lifestyle. Now, that being said, the 9-to-5 lifestyle isn't bad, and it shouldn't be looked down upon because it's a great starting point to get to the next level. That being said, like, I'm not quitting my job anytime soon. In fact, I do enjoy my job a lot, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. Like, I mean, I don't really have a choice. Like, there's no really excuse not to. I know there are other people online who have either quit their job cold turkey or started traveling or whatever it might be and making content about it younger than me. I'm 26. Using like Lost LeBlanc as an example, Christian LeBlanc, who has one of the biggest travel vlogging channels out there with like 2-something million subscribers. He was 24 when he quit his job and sent it to do his thing. Things are going a little bit slower for me, but I'm trying to be very methodical about my plan. So moving into my folks' house means reduced rent, which means I can put the extra money into things that'll help me get the ball rolling with my business. I mean, I don't know, YouTube is just more of a hobby at this point. I'm not really taking it too seriously, as I've said in at least one other, I don't remember which video it was, but like, this is more of a hobby slash passion project for me. I'm doing this to like kind of document my own journey and just to kind of see how things go, because like, I don't really have like a vision with this channel. It's just kind of like, you know, what I feel like filming about at any given time. The other thing that I was gonna make a video about today was gonna be like, you know, some things I wish I knew when I was younger going into like the corporate world, which is something I'm probably still gonna make a video about, but like what I'm talking about right now is what's really speaking to me and what's kind of going through my head. The decision to move back with your folks, you're definitely giving up a layer of clout and ego, because like, I hate to admit it, but it was true. It was nice being able to say like, oh, like I have my own apartment, blah, 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 blah. And it like kind of like feeds into your own validation and stuff. But at the end of the day, saying you have your own apartment to people and saying you have your own house or like property is two different things. And having your own apartment is cool at first, but like at the end of the day, like, you know, you're just in the system, you're locked and loaded. And I mean, there are hundreds of different ways to crack an egg, you know, like could I really like buckle down and like, you know, get really serious with entrepreneurship and stay in this apartment for another 6 months? Yeah, probably, but I'm honestly too comfortable in this apartment. And at the tail end of my tenure at my folks' house, I wasn't necessarily comfortable. Like, I was just not happy, and I wasn't able to make any kind of progress on really anything. But since I moved into this apartment, I've been making strides with photography and my own personal development. So the decision to move back in with my folks was definitely not an easy one to make. But at the end of the day, I realized that there's gonna come a time where moving back into my folks' place isn't gonna be an option. Like, I will be on my own. I feel like I should just take advantage of the privilege that I have while I have it. Like, my folks are going to downsize the house that myself and my sister grew up in probably within the next couple of years, and by that time I'll be 28, and who the hell knows where I'll be by then. But hopefully I'm doing something really cool. Like, even just saying that aloud while I'm looking at the camera is kind of tripping me out, but like, yeah, like, it's not always, like, moving back home isn't always gonna be, like, an option. They're gonna not have that big house forever. And I mean, honestly, power to them, right? Like, my folks have been working to provide for my sister and I for, like, freaking 20-something years, so, like, they deserve that. That basically means I have to make the semi-uncomfy decision now while I can, because I know that living in my parents' basement is sure, like, it's a hit to the ego, but like, I'll be saving some money and I'll be investing that money into the right stuff. Those investments are gonna pay dividends in the future. Like, once I have all of my photography gear, I can start to use it to make money, and that's really where I'm trying to start with things. Making money from photography is no easy feat. That's where I want to take my career. I wanted to put this out into the ethos because, like, I don't know, maybe you're also in your mid to late 20s and you're going through something kind of similar where it's like, oh, like, should I move back home, blah, 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 or should I not? And, like, I had this drive to, like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, make more money and offset my rent, like I already said, but, like, I haven't been doing that. I've just been kind of dicking off. Well, I won't say I've been completely dicking off, but, like, I've been slacking, per se. And I'm not gonna say I regret moving out, because it really did teach me a lot about, like, life after college. It taught me about myself. I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't move into this apartment. Like, I don't know, maybe I would have gone on more, like, trips abroad because I would have been able to afford that. But, like, I haven't been traveling as much, and it's given me more time to, like, kind of, like, ponder what I want to do, where I want to take my life, and goals, purpose, all that kind of stuff. And it taught me things that I do like. I grew up in the suburbs, like, almost in the woods, but I've come to really enjoy living in a town where I can like, you know, walk to a cafe or whatever, and just go for like a short little like mile stroll where I'm not in the freaking woods. I can just kind of walk by the shops or whatever, even if they're closed, even if it's like late at night, like it's fine. Or if it's, you know, early in the morning, that's a cool too. Like it's a really cool vibe, and it's just kind of like one of my simple pleasures. So like I wouldn't have come to that realization if I didn't move out. So like I don't regret it at all. It really taught me a lot of important stuff and where I want to take things moving forward. So like my mindset with moving back in with my folks is that I'll be able to save some money to invest into not just, you know, dicking around and stuff, but I can start to properly set up my automated savings. So like I haven't been investing for the last like couple years, and I can start to do that again on like a smaller scale. But on top of that, I can invest most of my money into the assets like camera gear and stuff like that that I can use to, you know, like I said, make money. I also have a couple big trips coming up because, well, they're both bucket list things, and where I'm paying reduced rent, like I'm really excited to just pull the trigger on these two bucket list things. And I'm not gonna give away what those two trips are. Just saying that might contradict everything else that I said, but at the same time, like, I am a believer of, you know, you only live once, you're only every age once, and after these two trips, I'm gonna do what I can to like monetize them, but at the same time, after these two trips, I'm expecting to just, I mean, not that I'm gonna not grind up into those trips, but like after those trips, it's just gonna be like grind time. Like I've realized that as much as I love traveling, slow traveling is what I desire more. And, you know, just going to Europe for like a week or even 2 weeks, while it'd be like a nice like escape, I really don't want to live a life where, you know, I need to escape from it every so often. I'd rather have the freedom to come and go as I want and just do meaningful work from wherever I might be residing. So yeah, and just kind of like live like a local. Like I'm a really simple guy. I'm very easy to please. That's what moving out has really taught me, is that I'm such a simple dude. Like it's hard like going on dates and stuff, like, oh, like what are you into? Like, you know, I used to be a huge reptile guy, and I guess I still kind of am. Like I have these guys behind me, but like they aren't what drive me anymore. Like I still have a collection of reptiles, but it's just, I don't know. I'm entering more of my like photography era, because that's what really kind of fires me up, you know? Along with this like content creation stuff, I do enjoy this kind of thing. But okay, this has kind of devolved into my just rambling. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Maybe you could relate to what I was talking about. If you have any thoughts on just anything I said, I feel like it just kind of rambled. I didn't have like a script or anything, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't like pause too much. This video shouldn't have a whole lot of editing, just, you know, a couple cuts of my stuttering. But yeah, I guess let me know what you guys think. I'd love to engage with you in the comments. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Let me know what you think about moving out or moving back in with your folks. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.